Hi, how you doing today? I'm so happy that you are here with me. So, thank you. Thank you very much. I am Colleen Fletcher, and I know that women hold the keys to changing their health for themselves, to healing themselves, to healing their families, and for the world that we all live in. And that's really what I tie in together with everything that I do for holistic beauty, for holistic health. And that's why, again, I spell it with the W because to me, it's one whole unit. So, today, what are we going to be talking about? I'm really excited for today because it's a little bit of a shift, something that I've been wanting to get into for a while. And I'm going to go through one of my blogs and just talk about it and share a bit more in depth about why I wrote it, my personal experiences with it. And with this one in particular, I have 3 books that I'm going to talk about as well. So, what are we talking about today? It's my blog that is titled, and I am just going to kind of be going through it today. So, stick with me here. It is the one that is titled, Don't Sell the Water, My Friend. And that is, it's a combination of 2 different philosophies and experiences that I have had throughout my life. One big experience, and the other one is definitely this big philosophy with it. So, what I want to do first of all is go through the 3 books that have really impacted my personal life and my business life. So, as you can gather, I'm assuming anyway, these are all about water, right? Water and how it affects us and what it is that we have within the world with water as well. Because within our bodies, it's said that we're up to about 85% water. To me, that's kind of important. So, the 3 books. And this one, I'm really, really, really sorry about, not sorry about. I don't know how else to say that because I don't know if I'm going to be able to pronounce the name well enough. Um, but I will give you the website for it. Sorry about that. The website for it. I forgot something super simple. It's like forgetting my name, right? All right. So this is from F. Batman Gelij. Um, the website is watercure.com. And what this one is, this is the one book that I'm going to call it much more clinical based, that in my practice and in my life has been super helpful. It's a lot of experiences that this doctor went through with his clients of their health and how much water actually fixed that. And I'm not talking about just that short term water of taking a drink, it's the long term water of daily getting enough water into your system. So that's mostly what this one is. It's the far more clinical based one. You're not sick, you are thirsty. Don't treat thirst with medications. Really important, really important. So with that one, there is another book that I don't have listed here, but it's one that years ago I read it, and it's about your psoas muscle. And from this book and from everything I've learned with all the body work I've done throughout the years is your psoas muscle, which is one in your low back. It's the first muscle to show up dehydration in your body. So when you get a sore low back, it stands to reason then that's the muscle that it's going to be showing up in. Also, that's kidney flow, so all of it really starts tying together. So that would be the first book. Your Body's Many Cries for Water would be the first book that I would really suggest to look at for all of this. The next one, and it's a bit more, it's the more metaphysical type of book. And it's the one that probably most people have heard of by now, but The Hidden Messages in Water by Masaru Emoto. what this person did was he went through and took photos, magnification photos of water crystals and how they looked different when we talked to them and used different words with them, and just how that crystalline structure to them would lay down, and beautiful images. It is filled with images, and you can see. I don't know. This is a great book. Lots of information in there as well about the tests that he did, and definitely the benefits of saying things like "You're beautiful," as to "Oh my God, I look like crap today," things like that, and how that responds with our body, with that crystalline basic makeup of the water itself within our system, and how when we are just nice with it, it's going to then flow through our whole system with niceness, right? And to me, why shouldn't we at least be kind of nice, right? That's the part that makes so much more sense. It's easier just to say nice things about ourselves. And I know there's a whole other thing. I've got lots of other blogs on that, of shifting our thought processes with it. And these just go in to really intertwine that whole aspect of be nice. Be nice with ourselves. Be nice with the water that we get into our system, right? Okay, so the third book, Diane Denson Bookman, the Complete Book of Water Healing. Great book. Lots of her story as well, about how she was raised with water therapies and water therapies, hydrotherapies. It's a huge part of our healing as well. I mean, even just with a facial, you get steam, right? Most times, that's a hydrotherapy with a lot of body work. There are so many different things you can do for exfoliation with a shower, exfoliation in a bath, all that different kind of stuff. When you are taking the bath and you're exfoliating, that's considered a hydrotherapy, really. So this book goes through, has amazing recipes. I do have another blog in treating like a cough and in treating overall like head colds and things like that, and boosting up your whole well-being when you're not feeling the best as well. And a lot of that information I got from this book, as well as other sources as well, to piece all of that together. So the water healing book is the one that is far more recipe based, and it's great to use in combination with these other two in that whole health. And when you're looking at being the amazingly beautiful woman that you are, and you're looking at healing yourself and your family and the world, well, how easy then is it to tie in that holistic aspect to getting some really healthy water for yourself? And that's a whole other bit of information, but we'll go into that later. Okay. Healthy water for yourself, and taking a bath, and even just sitting there saying, thank you, thank you, thank you for the fact that you can take a bath and that you have enough running water with that, and then letting that flow through your entire being. To me, that is whole health, and that is empowering. And those are one of the biggest keys possible to healing yourself, your family, and the world that we all share. So those are my 3 amazing books. All right. Now for my blog. Again, it's titled Don't Sell the Water, My Friend. And I'm not going to read this completely because I know you can go through and do that. But I just want to hit some of the highlights and my personal experiences with this. So the first part of this blog is talking about how we do have that human connection with water, and the earth is filled with so much water as well, right? So that's where this connection comes from. And then I know you can tie it in with these books as well, really piecing all that together for one of the keys to your whole health. So my husband and I went to Iceland, and we did the normal kind of tours around and all that stuff. And then we went to Gullfoss, which was one of the I think, is it considered the biggest waterfall in Iceland? I'm sorry, I don't quite remember if it's the biggest one. Ah. But it's huge. It is this huge, massive structure. So what happened when I was there is I was just reading all the touristy signs about what it is. Um, and again, I'm not the best at saying all names. So please, please, please forgive me if I say this wrong. I never mean any offense if I mispronounce anything. You got to remember that I'm a West Coast American girl with just a teeny bit of a West Coast Australian accent and mixed in with other languages. I do my best. Okay. So this is the story of Sigurdur Tomasir. Sorry, I do my best. It's all I can do, yeah? And her fierce determination to protect the water of Gullfoss, the waterfalls in Iceland. And her legend is one of perseverance and of conviction, believing totally that there's something larger than herself in life. And for her, that was that waterfall. And man, if you have never been there, at least look at it online. I have some of the photos in my in the blog that's listed on my website. Stunning, huge, massive bit of water that flows through Iceland. So she was a total steward for the earth in her convictions of saving that. And what had happened, um, basically, it was owned by her father, and some English investors were interested in owning the falls themselves and harnessing their power for energy to fuel a hydroelectric plant. The father and the daughter both declined the offer to purchase the land, saying, "I will not sell my friend." And that piece right there stuck with me because the water is a friend and it's such a beautiful piece. Why sell it off for making electricity and money? So later, the daughter Sigurður, she became the champion of the waterfall, and she was actually Iceland's first environmentalist. Um, she grew up on the farm there, um, and she walked to the capital, which is Reykjavik, and she started protesting and speaking to government officials and having just this massive conviction to save the water for nothing more than the beauty of the experience of witnessing and being in such a beautiful part of the world. She fought against wealthy people that wanted to take it away. She even walked barefoot in protest. And if you have seen that part of the country, that's a part of the world that is a massive, massive feat to walk on those rocks and in that cold as well. Um, she did end up saving it. And if you look on my website too, I took a picture of the English version of a lot of what she did with it. So that to me, everything just kind of washed over me and hit me in, wow, not only am I the only one that has such a love of places like that, but that spiritual connection and deep, deep love of something beyond ourselves and of something within the natural world. Powerful experience for me as I'm standing there, looking and just feeling all this, the beautiful existence of it and the water flowing through and the power of it as well. All right, next part of my blog is Be Water, My Friend, which is, as you can see, that's how I merged the title. Don't sell the water, my friend. Is these two big aspects. And this one, it's the epic quote from Bruce Lee. Yes, yes, Bruce Lee. And it's about his philosophy toward life and of self. And it does poetically address the power of water and its ability to take on any shape and always be movable in its beautiful existence. And that's that merging aspect with don't sell the water, right? Don't sell the water, my friend. It is so poetically powerful. So I'm just going to read to you his Bruce Lee's quote. So empty your mind, be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water in a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water in a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend. So that's the quote from Bruce Lee. In the blog that I have written, I have a link to the video of him saying this, and that's where you just see such, again, that personal conviction and power that other people have brought together for the beauty of water. Knowing that water is open and it flows and it's adaptable to where it is, which is one of the beauties of having it, so much of it within our bodies as well. So nourishing within. There's a story from Bruce Lee's daughter talking about how he really, really got this point. And he had moved to Hong Kong or back to Hong Kong where he was raised. And early in his martial arts training, he was having, I guess, a personal dilemma with flow and the power of flow, and was out in the harbor, and he actually got frustrated and smacked the water. And I know we've all done that, especially if we've kind of done that belly flop type of thing. The water looks beautiful and we know we can swim through it and flow. But if you hit that hard enough, man, that'll just knock your breath right out of you, won't it? So that was the experience, apparently. So the story goes that he had of how he learned that form, that if you continually butt hard up against something, you're just going to get that resistance with it. That's how when he hit the water. But if you flow and move, then you can flow and move through it. And that is the beauty of water, right? So it's beautiful, it's power. It is easy enough to get into our bodies to help heal, as we've seen with the 3 different books that I mentioned. Within the blog, I'm gonna list some of them off, but there are ways to conserve water as well. I have those listed. There's a bunch about different people that have talked about water tips. My main thing is for how much to get into your system is to take your body weight, divide it in half, and then get that amount into your system daily with water. So that's the easy amount to get in. There's also far other ways to get it done as well, but that's the easiest one. That's a lot of information. And you can just see how it all ties together and merges together, from the clinical aspect of one book of drinking water to heal yourself, and into